Eden Zero is a series I knew I would like going into it, as I love Fairy Tail, but man is this series good. Hiro Mashima has really stepped his game up with this series. It's entertaining, has a fun cast of characters, and the setting is interesting as hell. This series has been exceptional so far. Do I think it's better than Fairy Tail? No, not yet at least, but it does have the potential to easily surpass it if Hiro Mashima handles everything right, and I think he will. This series has been really fun to watch so far, and I am looking forward to more episodes moving forward. This series has an exceptional world, or in this case universe. I love the outer space elements, and the different planets give it a different kind of feel from most other series out there nowadays, as sci-fi isn't as popular in anime anymore. But the series runs with the futuristic style and it works so well. This series is so good, it has taken everything from his previous works and expanded upon them. You can see that he definitely has learned and improved from his previous works in this series, as the writing is much more solid than in any of his previous works. I'm excited to get to see more of this series moving forward, as it has been a really fun ride so far, and it really is better than Fairy Tail. Then I need to see that for myself, because Fairy Tail is one of my all-time favorite shonen series, so I am definitely looking forward to this. But anyway, the animation in this series is really good. It's very smooth and looks clean as hell. The series has done just about everything right to make me like it. It hasn't yet surpassed Fairy Tail for me like a lot of people say, but it very well might. This series has a lot of potential, and I can already see that the writing is much more structured and flows a lot nicer, leaving for less to be left ambiguous or anything like that. So it'll probably lead to less plot holes than what were in Fairy Tail, which there were a lot. Eden Zero is a fun sci-fi adventure about friends traveling the universe, and it has been amazing so far, with a great cast of characters and a well-rounded universe and story. I can't wait for more of the story to come out because it has been so fun. Okay, that's it for the non-spoiler review. If you haven't seen this series and you either liked or disliked Fairy Tail, I would still say that you should check out the series, as the writing and characters and really everything is better, and you can see that, so you should definitely check out this series if you haven't. The characters in Eden Zero are really good, and so far feel way better and more rounded than the ones in Fairy Tail, and that might come down to the fact that there are a lot less characters to focus on, because in Fairy Tail there were about 15 to 20 characters that were like really important to the story, and needed to be focused on, but in Eden Zero you have about half that number, so it is a lot easier to focus on the characters and give them the time they need to develop as characters, and we get to really see what they are like through their interactions, which is so awesome. The smaller cast works much better in this case. I didn't hate any of the characters in Fairy Tail, but at the same time it felt like there were way too many of them to focus on all at once, but with Eden Zero there is the perfect amount of characters and it works extremely well. Shiki is quite the interesting character. He is both similar and different from Natsu in a lot of ways. First of all, Shiki is the stereotypical idiot protagonist, however, there are some moments in there where he's actually quite intelligent. Like this one moment he had to sneak around in order to save his friends without getting caught, and you know what he did? He snuck around. I know, what a concept, but that isn't something a character like Natsu would do, which is actually quite interesting and makes Shiki quite awesome. You can definitely feel the influence he took from his previous works in Shiki, however. Shiki also has his own unique personality that makes him stand out from the other Hiro Mashima protagonists, which is awesome. And I love how Shiki is both OP and not OP at the same time, which makes the fights extremely fun to watch because this man can literally control gravity and he uses that ability quite effectively. However, he runs into so many opponents where that ability alone isn't enough to win the fight, and so he has to keep thinking outside the box and figure out a way to use his ability effectively in order to win and protect everyone, which is awesome because although Fairy Tail did that, it mostly relied on the power of friendship for its big fights, and Eden Zero is no stranger to the power of friendship. However, it is used much more effectively and it just makes every big fight that Shiki is in that much better in my opinion, which I love. The animation in the show is pretty good. I haven't seen anything stand out, but it is good. It looks smooth, and I haven't noticed too many cut corners either, so overall it is pretty good, which is amazing because this series looks really good. The people behind the show have made sure at the very least that the animation quality is consistent, which you have to respect, and the art in this series also looks good. It takes Hiro Mashima's original art style and runs with it, which you definitely have to love. Eden Zero looks really good, and overall with pretty good animation and amazing art, and character designs all thanks to Hiro Mashima, which I love. The music in the series is also pretty good. The music to me isn't on the same level as the music in Fairy Tail, but it is still good, and I love Shiki's OST. The song is so good and fits his character perfectly, but all the music has been great, and the two OPs are also very well made as well. Honestly, the music is used very effectively in the series to get you in the right mood and mindset for what is about to go down, which you gotta love. There are a lot of series that have some below average music to accompany the below average art and animation, but this series has really done everything quite well. It's nothing standout, but it is still quite good, which you definitely have to respect. Eden Zero is a series that I had pretty high expectations for because I absolutely love Fairy Tail, and so far Eden Zero has been pretty good. I don't think it has surpassed Fairy Tail just yet, however I do think that it has more potential than Fairy Tail did. We're still in the early stages of this show, and so we have yet to get to the craziness and the more serious arcs in Eden Zero, and once we do get to that stuff, I say it'll easily surpass Fairy Tail in quality, and I honestly think that it'll be a whole lot less controversial as well, which is good because I think the hate Fairy Tail gets is unwarranted, let alone a series that could potentially surpass Fairy Tail. But anyway, if you haven't watched this series, and I definitely recommend that you do so, as this series is a really fun ride with well-written characters and a very interesting universe to explore and travel around, and I am excited to see where this series is going to go in the future.